Om Sadashivasamaramabham Shankaracharyamathyamam Asmadacharyaparyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. So last time we saw what was Vyavasayatmaka Buddhi. In short, living by your priorities. Okay, but it is a bit more than that as well. You may have 100 desires, you will find half a dozen priorities at the bottom of it all. Now, why are you having these priorities? And let us question the priorities itself. Why? Because you want to be a happy, fulfilled person. Like the desire comes from the need behind the desire. That's what we have called your priorities. And what is behind the priorities? Why are all these areas so important for you? Because you want to be a happy, fulfilled being. And this happy being, this happy, fulfilled being is what we call moksha, self-knowledge, atma-jnanam. Therefore, at the bottom of it is all what? The desire for moksha. The ultimate priority of them all, moksha. A traditional way of looking at it is, all your priorities can be classified as dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Most of our priorities, desires will come under artha and kama. They need to feel safe, physically, emotionally, intellectually. Safety. Artha. Kama in terms of my emotional fulfillment. Desires. Dharma, because without the rule of law, no one is going to achieve anything. And what about life hereafter? Life hereafter is taken care of by your dharmic activities. Therefore, dharma, artha, kama is your, all your priorities will come under that. Otherwise called as purusharthas. Therefore, dharma, artha, kama becomes the purushartha by which most people live. And at the back of all that is a purushartha called moksha. Because you want all that dharma, artha, kama to be a fulfilled being. Therefore, moksha is called the parama purushartha. The absolute one, the ultimate one. So, vyavasayatmika buddhi involves making moksha as your purushartha, recognizing that, discerning that. I may not be ready to give up everything else in life for the sake of moksha, fine. But it is my ultimate. May not be right now, but along with everything else, I want moksha. So, moksha is a very important priority in my life. Only then you can say you have vyavasayatmika buddhi. Not to be carried away by things, but to be focused. And being a practical person, you know there are certain things to be taken care of in your life as a person. Therefore, your priorities, dharma, artha, kama comes into the picture. Simple. If I don't fix it up, what will happen? You know, it is priorities that give you a direction in life. Without that, you will be a ship drifting in the ocean. Now it sounds very romantic to say, I go where the wind and the tide takes me. No blooming sailor anywhere in the world sails like that. I was one once upon a time. Nobody. You have everything fixed. Yes, the wind may blow you off a little bit, a storm may blow you off a little bit here, but you are on track. थोड़ा इधर उधर होता है. That's okay. But you have a general sense of direction. Without that, it's just romanticizing. You need that focus and direction in life. And the direction ultimately is gained by moksha. If you don't have that, what will happen? Minimum, you will be living by other people's priorities. They will pull and push you in different directions, then you will go here and there. Yeah. Because they find it convenient, you have some time, effort, talents, etc. are there with you. Help me fulfill mine if you don't want anything. So this part, in the next few verses, Krishna goes on to say, to paint a picture of what will happen if you don't have any priorities in life, or moksha is not your main priorities. What will happen? Okay. So he is speaking in Vedic terms. You know, very often in the Shastra you will find the Vedic thing mentioned, not the Laukikam. Okay. This is by the old rule of Prathama Malla Nyaya, the logic of the world champion boxer. If I want to be the world champion, I don't have to beat every human being on earth. If I knock off the reigning champion, I become the world champion. Then if there are some challenges, I face them all. That's it, job is done. So similarly here, if the highest is mentioned, then everything else is included. The highest is mentioned, all the lower ones are included. So he is mentioning certain things, desires, things which are desired by human beings mentioned in the Vedas. Going to heaven. Arey, what life yaar. (24/7), very equitable, nice living temperature. No these extremes. No shortage of food and drink. No effort necessary. Here, I mean, we are all quite well off. We can afford whatever food and drink we want. But you have to make it, no? You can't be eating out on a everyday basis. You have to make it, or hire somebody to make it for you. And then they don't turn up. And you try to call them, their phone is switched off. These are normal complaints you have, no? Heaven, none of these things are there. I'll tell you a secret, you can drink as much you want, nothing will happen to you. You won't have a hangover next morning. No cirrhosis of the liver. It won't damage your health at all. Wow. Hey, that sounds fun. So, like this, the Veda gives you a lot of goals, things to be achieved. This will all come under Artha and Kama. So it will give you, end is unknown, heaven. Unknown end, you don't know it, because the Veda says it, we are talking about it. Means, do these rituals, you will go there. That's also unknown. Or the end is known. I want to get married, but nothing is working out. I have not found anyone on what? What are those apps that you are on? Where you swipe left, swipe right, all that stuff. Yeah. Or Bumblebee for women specially. And then Shadi.com on. Nothing is working out. You still want to get married, etc. Yeah. What is this? No emotional fulfillment, no this thing. Okay. No problems. Here. Do this Swayamvara Parvati Homa. Known end of finding a partner, unknown means. Swayamvara Parvati Homa. It works, be careful. Every year they do this in Shankara Matham where I teach. But the day they are doing that for Navratri, so I am there for most of the homas, etc. I am there. But Swayamvara Parvati Homa I keep away from. कोई आके गले पड़ेगा तो क्या करेगा But it works. Or known means unknown end. I know what dying in battle is about. Battle means the chances of you dying are high. Even though usually only casualty rate is only 10%. But how do you know that bullet doesn't have your name on it? But if you die in battle, you go to heaven. Oh, known means unknown end. All these permutation combinations, Vedas tell you. For what? Multifold desire. The whole first portion of the Veda is huge. Why? Because human beings' desires are huge. You want health? Lakshmi Kubera Homa. I mean wealth? Lakshmi Kubera Homa. You want health? Dhanvantri Homa. You name it, it is there. Yeah. You want your relationship to get better? Aike Makti Homa. Here. क्या चाहिए all mentioned. So Krishna starts by criticizing that. He says, what are you all after these things? If you don't have moksha as a priority, it is like you will fall for every ad on the TV. New mixer grinder available. क्या मिक्सर ग्राइंडर काम नहीं चलता है क्या? हाँ, it's good, but this is new, you know. It has got so many attachments. Oh my God. I am a mixer grinder I don't use at home. Why? Who has got the time to put all those attachments and then do it and then clean it up and all? Give me something which I can just put into this straight and mix it up and take it out. Hey, no attachments. 32 attachments are special mixer grinder. Narayana. iPhone 14, what is it now? 14, 15, what is it? Why do you need an iPhone? Most of us don't use the whole thing anyway. I find an ordinary phone, a smartphone, because I have to check my emails and all on it, and thoda Facebook, this, that, etc., social media. But that also ordinary phone itself, I don't use all of them. But new, latest model, okay, you fall for it. Yeah. This car, 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. Bombay Road par. 0 to 60. What are you talking about? You are still stuck in the same jam. So, but you fall for all these advertisements. Why? Because you don't know what you want out of life. All that you think will make you happy. Therefore, you need to develop some vairagya. What is vairagya? Understanding the disconnect between what you are doing and your ultimate goal. Okay, so here Krishna starts by dismissing all of them. dismissing the Vedic things, the worldly things are also dismissed. Okay? So here it is. Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravanti vipaschitaha veda vadarataha partha nanyadasti iti vadinaha kamatmanaha swargaparaha janma karma phalapradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishwarya gatim prati. Avipaschitaha, first line, the first 42nd verse. Avipaschitaha, people who are not vipaschit, not really learned, not wise. Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti, they speak all this flowery language, the language of the advertisers. Have you ever thought of an advertiser as a propagandist? One of my cousins has his own advertising agency. What are you setting up? Propaganda factory? So, what, uncle? You can't call me that. Yeah, anyway, pushpitam vacham. Flowery words, flowery speech, praising things. Veda vadarataha. They revel in the words of the Veda that deals with all this. Nanyadasti iti vadinaha. There is nothing other than this. What was that ad that used to come? Some soap ad. Well, there was a soap ad like this. And I used to laugh at that ad, even as a kid. इससे कपड़ा धोने का मजा ही अलग है. कपड़ा धोने में मजा. This is before washing machine was common. Okay? Some soap it was. Even those of us who are homemakers, do you really enjoy washing clothes? You do it because it has to be done. Yeah, I also do it. Has to be done. Finished. हो गया काम. मजा आता है इसमें ये सोप से. Register yourself with this our site. You will get the partner of your choice and live happily ever after. Revade. Don't tell me that. Okay. Nanyadasti iti vadina. Yeah. Sometimes my teacher used to say this. All these religious books seems to be like tourist brochures. Come to Maldives, come to Singapore, come to Europe. I say, come to my heaven, come to that heaven. क्या बात है? Yeah. Okay. Then what are they? Who are those people who fall for them? Kamatmanaha. Who are ruled by their kamas, by their desires. It is not a person walking down the street. It's a bundle of desire walking down. Suddenly you'll stop. For a shop window. The lady stops at the shop window. Oh, such a beautiful. I'll be so happy. I'll look so good in it. I'll become so happy in it. And the man is looking at some other window. Both are deluded. Yeah, if the dress is nice and you feel it's nice, good, pick it up. Who say? I mean, have a sense of objectivity with respect to your desires. That's the whole thing. Therefore, here no kamatmanaha, swargaparaha. I want to reach that heaven. I've been promised a lot in heaven. Hook or by crook, even if I have to kill people, I will do it to go there. Swargaparaha, janma karma phala pradam. What does it give you? Punarapi Jannam, Punarapi Maranam. That's all. Again birth, again death. And in that, lot of karmas you also do. Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. Lot of things you have to do. Okay. For what? Bhoga Sharyam Gatim Prati. They are meant for bhoga, enjoyments. Aishwaryam, some wealth, etc. For what? For the sake of bhoga. And because one day you have to go, Gati. When I die also, I want good things in life. So your spirituality is also very materialistic. Swamiji, I do my prayers and all regularly for what? Sir, after death, I get a good life. So your religion, your devotion, your this thing is what? Materialistic only. What is the focus? Why are you praying for this or that or that? Hey, Krishna is saying, not saying there is something wrong with all this. Yeah, I want wealth. For what? There are so many things I have to do with that wealth. For what? There are certain good things I have to do it, that's all. You are expecting moksha out of it? Nah, I know moksha doesn't come from there. This is something I have to do until I gain moksha. Fine, go ahead. Go ahead. Keep moksha as a goal. Then other things can fit into the place. Because Vyavasadayatmaka buddhi is there. If moksha is a goal, other things fit into that life. Otherwise, all these things carry you here and there. When you are young, you sacrifice your health for wealth. And when you are old, you spend that wealth for your health. This is human lot. So minimum live by your priorities, minimum. That is intelligent living. Yeah. Even if that moksha is, you have kept it far off. ठीक है, बाद में देखेगा. Like today, in my morning walk, I met somebody. Swamiji, you remember me? So I had a vague memory of this guy. I had met him some years ago. Yeah, I do. I met you there. Okay. I don't remember names, but I'll never forget faces. And where I have met them. Yeah. Yes, Swami. You know, I'm retiring in a few months. Is there any class I can join? I said, yeah, come. At least after retirement is coming. Most people who plan after retirement don't land up only. Why? Why don't they land up? Because now they are about time structuring. 2 days I go for a walk in the evening. 2 days a week I play bridge. And 2 days I am in the club. Then 1 day I can go for Vedanta. Then there is no serious studies, only time structuring. At least this guy seriously wanted to come, better than most. Okay. Then he says, Bhogaisharya prasaktanam taya apurhata chetasam vyavasayatmaka buddhi samadho na vidhiyate. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam. Those whose minds are taken away by that bhoga and aishwarya. Okay. The desire for enjoyments and wealth, etc. Aishwarya. Wealth, name, fame, all that will come under Aishwaryam. Okay. Name and fame also will come under that. Prasaktana, carried away by that. Okay. Taya apurhata chesatam. Exactly. The mind is apurhritam, carried away. Completely lost in that. Meaning, your desires are ruling your life. You are being victimized by your own desires. It is human freedom to have a desire. Always say that, remember? A cow cannot get up in the morning and decide, shall I have a cutlet for breakfast or an omelette for breakfast? A cow doesn't have. that desire. ये कटलेट ऑमलेट क्या बोलता, मेरे को डोसा चाहिए. Good. Yeah. I knew a child. He's no more a child. That's why I'm saying past tense. Okay. For him, breakfast was fixed dosa. It has to be dosa, nothing else. Wherever he goes. But he was clear. He wanted that. Okay. So, for desire is a human freedom. But if you are going to be victimized by your own freedom, that's a pity, no? Your power has become your weakness. Your power has become your weakness. And this happens more often than we think in life. Now, years ago, when I was a youngster, I was still in school, yeah. Those days, holidays was what? School holidays? Native place, fixed. No other place to go. The idea of going out on a holiday in the middle class life, it was never there. Native place. Go meet all your cousins, this, that, which is a good thing because you get in touch with your roots then, you know. It's a very good thing. I enjoyed that. So I used to go. And city-born, city-bred people, where are we in touch with nature? Hardly. And my village, the fields, everything all over, lots of trees. So I had a habit of getting up early in the morning and roaming all over the fields, eating the natural, those yellow berries that used to come. Now they are all considered superfood, health food, etc. Okay. That is grow wild there. So one day I found my cousin who was 4 years older than me, searching for something near the fence. I said, Bhaiya, what are you doing here? No, I'm looking for something. I dropped something. I said, you dropped something? This character I know. He stays there in that house. He never gets up in the holidays before 8 o'clock. That also because my uncle goes and pulls him out of the bed, literally. Yes, 6 o'clock in the morning. No, I dropped something here. I said, can't be today morning. And I know you had gone for a movie last night with your friends. And you came back at 12 o'clock. After 12. You had gone for the 9 to 12 show. At least that's what you told at home. Then the story comes out. You had a habit of, in the village, we have a habit of carrying a knife and things like that. It's a tool. More than a weapon, it's a tool. Sometimes a weapon also necessary. Carry a knife. So, when he was coming back, and those days there was no electricity. On the road, etc., was not village roads. So, people would carry a torch. The torch very often would be what you call flame, a naked flame. He was coming back. Suddenly a shadow appeared in front of him and said, Sare Tiendo. Sir, do you have a fire? I want to light my BD. But the thing was so suddenly the shadow appearing, he couldn't see the person. He thought, oh my God, am I going to be mugged? He picked up his knife and threw it over the fence. Why? He should not take my knife and stab me. Smart guy. Not very intelligent because you're throwing away something, your power. But okay. That's the time I realized he's carrying a knife, but he doesn't know how to use it and he's scared to use it. Then don't carry it. If you carry it, know how to use it and be ready to use it if necessary. Yeah. Okay. Desire is like that. The only thing is you can't throw away the desire over the fence. Your desire has started victimizing you. Therefore, vyavasayatmika buddhi, that single focus, etc. Forget in life. Samadho api na vidhyate. Even in samadhi, you won't get it. All right, I must cultivate the single pointedness in life, this focus in life. Therefore, I'll sit down and meditate. Can you do that? If you are not living by your priorities, what are you talking about developing single pointedness in meditation? Your mind is nothing but a bundle of desires. It's all being pulled here and there, here and there. And all these fanciful desires will come up when you are sitting to meditate only. So look at what Krishna is trying to do, okay? He is trying to paint a picture of a person who is helpless when it comes to his own desires. And many of us are like that. See, watch society. See how people are. See how people are. Watch conversations that are happening. Go to a party. I used to enjoy that, going to a party and watching the people. They are so predictable what they will do. So predictable. Suddenly I find a guy looking there, and he's looking there all the time. He's talking with someone, but he's looking there, talking with someone. ठीक है, अभी उधर पहुंच जाएगा. So in 2 minutes he'll greet someone else, then he'll greet someone else, and then he'll land up with the other person whom he is looking at. So predictable. You can say, abhi idhar, this will happen, no, that will happen. This is so predictable. Why? Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya aphrita chetasam. So, because this type of thinking is there in the society, especially Indians, all of us are 40 plus who have been brought up like that, we have picked up a new value structure. Because you came to a Gita pravachan. What is that? I should not have desires. So you live a life of denial. You have desires, but you don't have the courage to say, I have a desire. I want it. You don't have the courage to say that either. Because desires are bad. You're a spiritual person now, you're studying the Gita, you can't have desires, no? Is that true? Because you're studying the Gita, you are not supposed to have desires. I have seen people not being able to articulate a desire for simple things. I remember this train journey. Bombay to Cochin, Madras Express. Very popular train, it was on all the Mallus. Fastest train to reach Kerala. Only thing is, it will pass through one of the hottest areas, hottest regions in the country in the afternoon. Kadapa in Andhra. Those of you who know a little bit of the geography of India, you will know Kadapa is one of the hottest regions in India. Probably next to Nagpur only. In summer, April, May. And that is the time all these characters, those days, they would come carrying a bucket full of ice and cold drink bottles inside it. And all the kids will say, Daddy, yeah, Daddy, Daddy. Then their mother is sitting there. She's not saying anything. She's looking at it, but not saying anything. And the man asks, would you like a drink? Say yes, no? I mean, it's hot, yeah, and your husband is offering you a drink. Say yes. But that conditioning of not having desires is so strong, there will be a counter question. Will it be cold? But the husband was empathetic. He said, of course it is cold. Here, have one. Then she'll happily drink it. Why are you living in denial? That is the older generation. Younger generation, it has gone to the other extreme. is nothing but desire. I want this, I want that, give me this, give me that. Both are gone. No vyavasayatmika buddhi. That's why an intelligent person starts with the desire, understand the need behind the desire, understand the need behind that, and say ultimately it's coming all out of my need for moksha, therefore that is the ultimate. At the same time, I am pragmatic enough to know that some of these priorities have to be fulfilled before my mind can completely focus on moksha. Therefore, I will fulfill those priorities in life. I need a partner in life, I need a child. These are priorities to me. That's okay, it'll take you 20 years, no problems. That's okay. Yeah. And then come to moksha. Yeah. Are you all getting the hang of it? This is very important. This way of looking at life, to live life intelligently. Live life intelligent. If you have not identified your priorities in life, you are chasing anything and everything without real focus on anything in life. Bad way to live. Yeah. So identify the priorities, take care of that. But even that is a question of managing your life so that you can gain moksha. That is why he makes the famous verse in the next verse. Traigunya vishaya veda nistraigunya bhava arjuna nirdvando nitya sattvastaha niryoga kshema atmavan. Traigunya vishaya veda. The Veda deals with the three gunas. Understand here. Many people take the three gunas to be sattva, rajas, tamas. Gunas normally talk about sattva, rajas, tamas, but not here. Here, when Krishna is saying Traigunya Vishaya, it is talking about dharma, artha, kamaha. Those are the three gunas is talking about. Because the context is your life mapping, isn't it? Mapping your life. What is it that you need? How are you going to categorize your priorities, your desires and your priorities? How is it categorized? Dharma, artha, kama. Therefore, the Veda, the first portion of the Veda, deals with dharma, artha, kamaha. Nistraigunya bhava Arjuna. Hey, Arjuna, be free from that need. Moksharthi bhava. Jignasu bhava, in other words. Been there, done that. Ho gaya kaam. It's important. A little bit of being there, doing that is necessary, okay? Don't try to jump straight. Some amount of desire fulfillment is necessary in life. That's why when people come and ask me, Ramji, like you, I also want to take it up full time. I heard your ashram is getting ready. I said, yeah, I'll take a couple of years. We're going to start construction after the rains. It'll take a couple of years. Can I join? I said, you are keen about it? Yeah, very keen. Fallen in love in any time? No, Swamiji, never. Not qualified. Go. You have 2 years. Fall in love and come back. Thoda pariksha laukan has to happen. Na? You have to examine life a bit. You should know what you are giving up. Yeah. Otherwise, you will always have a doubt. Did I do the right thing? Am I missing out on something? Am I being a fool? And if that priority is there in you and you are denying it, then you will fall in love with somebody in the ashram. If that person responds, good for you. Person doesn't respond, then disappointment. Then all the time, instead of studying in the ashram, you are worried about all this only. Waste of time. I know somebody who was doing a course like that. Even went and told Swamiji, Swamiji, I want to take sannyasa. That's okay, finish your course, then we'll see about it. No, Swamiji, I'm really keen. I'm going for a small tour. I'll be off for a month. Come back and we'll discuss it further. Swamiji went to UK, this, that. Then on the way back, he stopped at Dubai. And this guy is in Dubai. Huh? You are in the ashram, what are you doing here? Swamiji, I found somebody. Give me your blessings, we just got married. 1 month, less than a month back, he was talking of taking sannyasa. Thank God it happened then. Nothing wrong in getting married. Hey, if you want to get married, get married. But he's a brahmachari in the ashram. Correct. Brahmacharis get married, no? Grahastha should get another marriage. What? Brahmacharis get married, so it's okay. Your priorities are not clear. Hidden desires are there. They grow out. Therefore, some parikshalokan has to be necessary. You have to be exposed to life. In Hindi, there is a statement, Hindi, Urdu mixed. North India, a very nice statement. I like it. Sau chua khake, billi haj par gaya. After eating 100 rats, the cat went to Hajj for a pilgrimage. Correct, eh? Right thing to do. Yeah, right thing to do. Yeah. Been there, done that. Now I don't need anything else in life. Good. You understood all these things don't deliver the goods. Good. Nistraigunyo bhavarjuna. Arjuna, be one who is free from this dharmartha kamaha. Then nirdvandvaha. Nirdvandvaha. Not somebody who is pulled by opposite things. I want this also, I want that also. I want this also, I want this also. We look before and after and pine for what is not. Our sweetest songs with some sadness is fraught. Skylark by Shelley says it nicely. Nirdvandvaha. Nitya sattvastaha. They established in this knowledge. In sattva, sattva means, stands for knowledge here, okay? Niryoga kshema atmavan. Atmavan bhava. Be one who has mastered himself. And niryoga kshemaha. Okay? What is niryoga kshemaha? Not don't have life insurance or health insurance, okay? Yoga kshema in India stands for life insurance, okay? No, that's not the idea. The idea is, yoga is apraptasya praptihi yoga. Your efforts and worries about gaining what you don't have. The time, effort, mental energy you spend in gaining what you don't have is called yoga. Praptasya rakshanam kshemaha. Protecting what you have. Hey, I invested in the share market. Every day I have to go and look. First thing I'll look is, what is the Sensex? Oh my God, it has come down 100 points. I lost so much of wealth. You never had that wealth. It's a notional gain, notional loss. No. Remember, should I buy or sell? And the broker tells you, I don't know, hold on to it. No, but I'm worried. Okay, sell, I'll buy it. But he knows it's going to go up. Kshema, the worry of protecting what you have. Hey, there's always a practical thing, okay? We are not dismissing the practical. You're sitting at home, the door is closed, no? Why? You don't want any Tom, Dick and Harry walking in and taking away everything that you have. Sensible. That's just sensible, practical thing. We are not against practicality. But we are talking about all this. Niryoga kshema. Anandoham, abhi kya hai? If I get it, fine. If I don't get it, fine. If it is there, fine. If it is not there, fine. Child was playing with a balloon. The balloon burst and the child cries. And the father is very philosophical. Baba, it's a balloon. It is not going to last forever. It has to burst. You can pick up another one tomorrow. Okay, daddy. Today evening? Okay, I'll get you today. Then he opened the newspaper. Share market balloon has burst. What happened to all the wisdom? It's a share market balloon. What goes up has to come down. What comes down will go up. This is part of the game. In fact, if you're a trader, you are looking for volatility. You can make money only in a volatile market if you are a trader. If you're an investor, you don't bother about the volatility. You stay fixed. Niryoga Kshemaha. He's painting a picture of what you can be. He has not yet told you how. Remember, he has not yet told you how. He's saying this is your lot. Yeah. Okay, so how to be one like that? He says now, the final picture he is painting, okay? Atmavan, he had said. What does it mean to be an Atmavan? Next picture, Yavanartha udapane sarvata sampluto udake tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanataha. Asya brahmanaha. This person, brahmana. Remember in the Gita, the Veda, etc., especially in the Upanishadic section and the Gita, when a brahmana is mentioned, you have to understand intellectual. Sattva guna pradanaha brahmanaha. Later on, the 4th chapter, it is discussed in detail. Whenever in the Vedantic section, the term brahmana comes, it means sattva guna pradanaha, one who is predominantly sattvic, a thinker, a knower. It goes on to say, Brahma Jnana Deva Brahmanaha. One who knows Brahman is a Brahmana. There's an Upanishad that says that. Who is a Brahmana? One who knows Brahman. Not by birth, not by work. Yeah. Therefore, Asya Brahmana. Vijanata, who knows the truth. For him what? Yavan Arthaha Udapane. Your small little pond. How useful it is, Yavanartha, where Sarvataha Sampluto Dake, where everything is flooded. Like the village of my childhood. Once a year, everything would get flooded. When it rains in the mountains, the plains get flooded. And what is Kerala? One hill and some plains, that's all. In fact, the term for floods in Kerala is Malavallam, the water from the hills. If any Mallu here, they will know that. Malavallam was the term. Everything is flooded out. So every house, like how every house now has got 1 or 2 cars, those days in the village, every house will have 1 or 2 boats, small boats, canoes, where you will row to the market. Market is functioning. But you will row by boat to the market, go pick up the vegetable, put in the boat and row back. I have done things like this. At that time, when everything is flooded like this, what is the use of your pond? Every house has a pond to have your bath. What is the use of your pond? Can you even make out where the pond is? The pond is useless, no? Want to have a bath, jump into the water right there and jump back. From your veranda, go down, jump into the water, have a bath, come back. Okay. Yeah. You have a swimming pool right outside your veranda. Why are you looking for your pool? Similarly, he says, how useless your pond is at that time. Tavan sarveshu vedeshu. Similarly, the whole Veda, Hey, get this, this will make you happy, that will make you happy. Brahmanasya vijanataha. Once you know the truth, that's all the use of the Veda for you. Hey, but this heaven is a nice place, no? That ananda that you gain in heaven is already with me. Hey, but you get emotional fulfillment. I'm already an emotional fulfilled person. If it is there, you enjoy it. Not there, you're still ananda. Yeah. This is what you can be. If you once you know the truth, this is your mental makeup. You're always ananda. Ananda is going through a difficult situation. Yeah, situation is difficult, it is challenging, it calls for some effort on your part. Yeah. You lost something. Yeah, you lost. Yes. Ananda. If Ananda loses something, is still Ananda. No? Ananda has lost something. No? Something is gone. Ananda remains. Ananda has gained something. Ananda has gained something. Ananda is going through happy situations. Roaring with laughter, etc. Okay. Ananda. Ananda is going through a sad situation. It's still Ananda. Situation is sad. You are Ananda. I mean, you will not be a grinning gorilla at a funeral. That's a different thing. Or cracking jokes in a funeral. That's inappropriate behavior. Somebody comes up. You've gone to someone's house. Lost a near and dear one. I lost my person. Where is birth? Where is death? Idiotic, not appropriate to say that. No wise person will say that. And if you say, Swamiji, I know one Mahatma says that, he is idiot. That's all it means. Not wise. No blooming empathy. Yeah. And the wise person goes for a party. Some celebration is happening. Someone's 50th wedding anniversary or something, and everyone's laughing, joking. Very serious. Why? Ananda. इसमें क्या मजा है? Inappropriate, don't go. If that is your behavior, don't go. Hey, your students are going to celebrate, you will be part of the celebration, isn't it? Very often it is true. That's the whole thing. So you will go through everything, all the experiences of life without an issue as Ananda. You are a married person. You can be happily married. Well, because you are married. Ananda is married. Ananda is in a relationship. So you can be more loving, can be more empathetic, can be more compassionate, can be more tough also if necessary. What does it matter? Ananda is doing a business. Fine. I have a junior. He came to study Vedanta and he had a software company. So he wanted to sell it off, but nobody was buying that software company. So he kept running it. Now he is a teacher. He still runs that software company. He says, no problems. I'm putting up a small ashram and the profits of the software company are going over to building the ashram. I said, great. You don't have to depend on fundraising like me. What's the problem? Hey, life is great. If this is what you want to be, you need to be rooted in that knowledge. So to be rooted in the knowledge, how do I live a life which help me grow as a person and get into this knowledge? That is the subject matter for the next section of the Gita. After having painted this picture, this Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, that's very, very important. After having painted that, in the next verse, he gives the one of the most important verses in the Gita and one of the most misunderstood verses of the Gita also. Most misunderstood. Most abused verse of the Gita also. And the most popularly quoted also, unfortunately. But that will require some time and effort. Maybe a couple of classes, not just one class. So I won't start that now. Okay. I will start that in the next class. So unless you have some questions, we can call it a day. Any questions, clarifications?
Swamiji,
Yeah.
one question
Yeah.
regarding living by the priorities.
Yeah.
So, for example, if there are multiple desires fulfilling a same priority,
Yeah.
then someone who is living by the priorities,
Yeah. So see,
then
if
they
you
will be fine even if even to give up like one desire because it's not practicable. They won't have any issues just dropping one desire and picking up another,
Yeah.
which fulfill the same priority.
It could be the
If
same.
you are
Yeah.
driven just
It could be same or different.
if you are driven by
Very
just
often
the desire,
behind half a dozen desire is one priority, but you have to identify that. The problem comes in identifying. That is where some time and effort has to be spent. Yeah. Once you identify, then in the process of fulfilling that priority, you will follow some desire or the other. But what happens is, if it doesn't work with this desire, it can work with something else. You will still get your priority fulfilled. It's like that old example I gave. This time I didn't give it here, This guy introduces his girlfriend to me. This youngster. Samji, I am getting married. This is my girlfriend. I am fallen in love. Hey, great. Have you spoken to both your parents? Because in India, a little bit, those things become necessary. You involve the families. No, but I am sure there will be no problems. Okay. If there is any problem, come back to me. I know both your parents. Then he is not that frequent in the class. You know what happens when you are in a relationship. That is all consuming at that time. Then after a few months he lands up, unshaven face, red eyes. He said, champ, what happened? Swamiji, you are right. What? I don't have a stable job yet. I have not settled in my career. So the girl's father put his foot down, and the girl understood him and went along with him, ditched me. So now I am heartbroken. Are you going to start a course or something? I want to join you full time. Typical Devdas style. I said, no, not right now, but you keep attending the class, we will see what happens. Then I counseled him a little bit. He was regular in the classes. After some time, he slowly started disappearing again. Young man, I know what is happening. Then after some time, he comes in with a handful of covers, with haldi, yellow, the turmeric powder on the corner. I said, hey champ, you are asking me for a course, remember? Yes, Swamiji. But one thing before that. I said, what? You don't want to join a course? No. Swamiji, I am getting married. I said, Gadda sana? You had sworn that you will never look at another woman. You are so much in love with that girl. What happened to you now? That's because all men are dogs, no? It is not the guy who ditched the girl ditched him, okay? With grounds enough. They are reasonable grounds. So what happened? The priority was emotional fulfillment. If it doesn't work here, it will work somewhere else. You learn to let go, learn to move on, wish that person well. And find what works in your life. So can you see that? If one desire doesn't work up, another desire it works. Because what is the priority? You want emotion, you need emotional fulfillment. Physical also. So that is what you need in life. You identified that. How best can you get it? You find somebody, great. So I think sometimes Indians were smarter. The family is fine now. No problems. I don't have to bother. Everything is fine now. I'll get full family support now. So some stranger, you only have to fall in love with that person. That's not that difficult. Falling in love with anyone is not difficult. You think it's difficult? You love cats and dogs and birds and with another person you can't love. ये क्या बात है? It may not happen immediately. In time it will happen. Yeah. I know some of the youngsters here who had arranged marriages and they are all very happy. I mean, as happy you can be in a marriage, okay? That's fine. So if the priority doesn't work here, it will work there. Priority will work out. You're fine. Yeah. Like if financial independence is a priority, get a job, start a business, be an entrepreneur. Hey, you do what it takes. Yeah. Because financial independence is your priority, not that particular job. That job you may not get. Because in India, especially one job, there are 100 people competing for it. And very often the guy who gets it is the one who's got some contacts. It works out. So good place to stop. Next time we will go into that most popular verse of the Gita. Okay. Om Tat Sat.